Hello, friends, family, and random viewers. I would like to share with you today my coming out story. Now, unfortunately, this hasn't been the first time I've come out. I have been in and out of the closet a few times. First being when I was 19, and I knew I was attracted to women. At that age, to girls. So I was out for about 5 years, and now I lived in Miami. So it wasn't hard being out. But unfortunately, I actually rejected myself. Probably the worst homophobia I've experienced has been my own personal rejection of myself, and it's pretty sad. But, if I can't accept myself, how can I expect anybody else to accept me? So, in that journey, I actually joined the armed forces I saw it as an opportunity, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, I must admit. But unfortunately, I adapted that philosophy of don't ask, don't tell. And when I completed my service, unfortunately, I just wanted to start over. And I guess you should also know that I am Christian as well. And primarily, I realized that I believed that it was one or the other. Like, I was either going to be a practicing lesbian or a practicing Christian, and I basically ran away from myself. And when I completed my service, I left for Australia, and I was there for a year, and I joined a very close-knit fellowship, and I was so happy, truly. But unfortunately, no matter how happy I am or was, I felt like a fraud. I was very convicted that I was lying to myself and lying to the people I love the most. And so I ran away again. And I've been running for about 6 years now. But thanks to the place I am at the moment, I have been able to stop running away. And I mean, it happens probably every 6 to 8 months that I just start feeling like an absolute fraud. I succeed in recreating my identity, and then I start kind of getting, I wouldn't say depressed, but dissatisfied, probably. And so what I'm trying to say is I have decided to make this video so that I can burn the bridge of ever going back in the closet. And I have come to terms that I cannot run away from being a Christian, and I cannot run away from God. And I love my fellowship. I love godly people, and I want to be godly. And I pray that God's will is done in my life. But I can also not deny nor kill off, I guess, or, my attraction to women. And I'm not sure that I want to change it anymore. In the sense that, well, I have to live with myself. And it doesn't make me happy to hate a part of me. And I'm not trying to justify myself to anyone, especially not God. I do believe that it takes a lot of courage to be yourself. And that's regardless of whether it's regardless of your sexuality, it's regardless of your religion or your personality. Courage is very expensive. But I have to be myself. And I do encourage others to be themselves as well, because people are going to judge you no matter what you do. You might as well be yourself. So, really, I don't necessarily want any comments. I know it's going to shock my fellowship to know that I'm a lesbian, and I know it's going to shock some of my friends, or the people that know that I'm a lesbian, that I'm a Christian. Realistically, yes, I confess I've been living a hypocritical life and a double life, per se, and that's no way to live. I've struggled with this enough, and I'm ready to embrace the fact that God doesn't make any mistakes, and I just pray that He uses my limitations so that His grace and glory can be manifested in this weak vessel. And yes, I know there's other people out there that are Christian and want to change, and don't worry, I've been there praying that God would just take this away. But if He does take it away, He must be very faithful. But I have completely failed this struggle, and I still have hope that God still loves me, regardless of my sinful nature. And, everybody sins anyways, so, at least I know my sin. So, in conclusion, please do not subscribe. I'm not trying to, yeah, don't comment. I mean, this is solely for the purpose of never crossing over into denial ever again. You know? I wouldn't say so much that I'm proud to be a lesbian, but I am proud to be me. And I pray for more courage and more wisdom to continue in the pathway, because at the end of life, it's not going to matter what anyone thinks except for God. And I know that. And I am trying to work out my own salvation, but I'm not going to get anywhere if I hate myself. Now, I'm not trying to convince you to accept me for who I am, but I do want to be known for me. Because, you know, it's not hard to get someone to love you for someone you're not, but they don't really love you for you. And, you know, it's like loving a ghost, somebody that doesn't exist. Even if they think it's you, it's not really you. So, love me or hate me, but the only approval I'm seeking is God's. And I know I'm not going to get there unless I stop running away from myself. And yeah, well, thank you for listening. And please, no comments. I mean, I'm gonna, yeah, be myself.